today. Tell us about it. Tell us everything. Oh yeah, let's talk.
Yeah. Well, it was a good time. It's good that we're having time to get used to the arena and just feel so spoiled to be able to perform in this amazing stage so many times. It's great.
It's huge.
Yeah.
You like the stage?
I live for the stage. It's like my home. So.
Yeah, I know. You're really nice. I like you.
Thank you.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I had this feeling like yesterday with Spain, because in my head it's like Portuguese and kind of English and then kind of Brazilian Portuguese, because you have Portuguese heritage, you have Portuguese family, isn't that so?
Yes, on my mother's side, her grandparents have Portuguese heritage as well, so that's why. So it's quite the mix, because I'm Brazilian and I'm representing Latvia and Portugal. And yeah, so I'm really glad to be here, and I'm understanding a lot about Brazilian culture as well for me here in Lisbon, and walking around and seeing the similarities that the city has with Rio de Janeiro. And the Portuguese people are so sweet, so nice.
Oh, thank you very much. We are. For Portuguese people, come on, please. Thank you very much. Now, is this your first time in Lisbon?
No, it's my second, because I was here for the postcards before.
That doesn't count. I will say
Okay, I feel
that.
like everyone's saying that, right? All the artists have been here before. Yeah. But it was a great time before then. We got to walk around the old Lisbon as well. It was super nice. And I went to Algarve to just stand up paddling for my postcards. Spoiler alert.
That's
so much fun.
Stop staring at you.
Okay.
So, no, by the way, besides Eurovision, you're going to give your first concert in Lisbon today, isn't that so?
Yes, I'm performing at Euro Village, guys. Come by at 7 p.m. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to get everybody to dance with me, which will be fun. Yeah, so I'm excited. I've been performing. I love performing Funny Girl. I'll be performing Funny Girl as well, but it would be nice to do something that get people moving a little too. So yeah.
What will you sing besides Funny Girl?
Well, you have to come to see. But I'm singing a
Come
song
on,
in Portuguese.
A spoiler about your postcard.
Okay,
Not
just
a spoiler about the concert.
What's the fun if you know exactly what's happening in the concert? But, okay, so little spoiler for you guys that came to the press conference. Besides Funny Girl, I'm singing a song in Portuguese, a Brazilian classic that I think Portugal people will know. Brazilian classic. And a couple of covers. One of them is one that I love to do called Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, one of my favorite artists. So if you like the song, I think you'll like the show.
Yeah, but you grew up in one of the most musical countries in the world, Brazil. I love the Brazilian music scene. Who inspired you when you were growing up? Who were the musicians, the singers, the artists that inspired you?
I mean, I'm lucky to come from two countries that are extremely musical. Latvia is also an extremely musical country. There's choir music there that's beautiful, and the music that's created there today as well. Is there a fly? Okay.
Yes, but I won't let her. Go away.
Okay, be my hero. I'm just gonna stand here.
Like a star.
I'm in heels and a skirt. I need to just stand still. But let me see. Ivete Sangalo, for sure. I loved her. Caetano Veloso, Seu Jorge, Paralamas do Sucesso, a lot of them. But I also grew up listening to a lot of international music, right? That's why I think I kind of started working towards pop music as well. It's international. Like I grew up listening to Elton John and Mariah Carey and the Beatles and all of that mix, and that made me create what I do today.
And Caetano Veloso is going to perform, you know. In the grand final, Caetano Veloso is going to sing.
Yeah, I heard.
It's going to be epic.
I know, I'm so excited. Caetano Veloso is a huge Brazilian artist, guys. For Brazilian music, he is epic. So we have two Brazilians.
A huge world artist. Which is your favorite song from Caetano Veloso?
Caetano Veloso, gosto muito de você, Leãozinho, caminhando sob o sol. That's a song called Little Lion, Leãozinho. I love it. So we always listen to it in the car when we're traveling to the beach in Rio. It was nice, yeah.
And about the States. Tell me about the States, because you all over the States, because it was Boston, it was LA, it was New York. So let's start. Which was the first one?
Well, I mean, first one was when I was 11. I moved to Minnesota when I was 11 for a year.
Yes.
And that's how I learned how to speak English. And then I went back to Brazil, and then I went back to the US when I was 17 by myself to go to college and study music. So the first one was Boston. That's where I went to college for like a year and a half. Then I transferred to Cal Arts in California, finished my BFA there, and stayed in LA for about a year and a half too, and then moved to New York to do a master's degree in music education. And that's where I've been for the past 3 years.
I love New York.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love New York.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you did a song dedicated about road traffic victims when you were. How did this happen?
Well, my father, who's actually here today, over there.
Hey, welcome.
The tall, handsome man. Yes. Applause for father. He works with road traffic safety, and so I grew up as a kid hearing about the topic so many times and the importance of being safe behind the wheel and being responsible on the road. I actually lecture my friends a lot about these things when they text me, and I know the driver, I'm just like, don't text me, don't talk to me now. Just focus on what you're doing. And so that's always been a topic of importance in our family, and I think it's really important for artists to choose causes that are, of relevance and to be able to use their platform in a smart way. And this has been just a natural cause to me to write about. And then I was thinking about it, writing about relationships and all these things, like I need to do something different. And I was like, why not do that? Well, it would be such an interesting challenge, and it would be a contribution to the cause with my music. So it just came, the name of the song is Miracle, and I actually wrote it in English, and there's a bit of a Portuguese version for it too, so a mix. And yeah.
It's a bit of the English version. You remember it?
A little bit? Okay.
If you want, you don't have to.
No, of course. I mean, you guys, I'm a singer. It's what I do. Like when I get to sing, it's
I'm on
it's
stage,
fun.
I have a mic.
Yeah, I mean, singing for me, it feels more natural than talking on the stage. So let me see, Miracle. So I try to defy the long road, sit sad and lose control. Why drive, praying to make your way home, counting on a miracle, a miracle. That's the chorus. Thank you.
It's up to you guys to ask questions. Of course you do. Thank you very much.
Hi, Alistair Birch from Eurofile. Hello. Can you tell us a little about the work you did with Jennifer Lopez a couple of years back? What's she like as a person? Did you get to sing with her whilst doing the work? And can we maybe hear a little bit of your favourite Portuguese language J-Lo song?
Okay. Wow. You were here at the last press conference. This guy is good, you guys. He does his homework. It's good. I like you. Working with Jennifer Lopez was amazing. I was a vocal coach for singing in Portuguese for her last year and the year before that too, for a couple of duets she did with Brazilian artists. And it was amazing. I mean, I grew up listening to her music, and I've used her as a reference for many things, so to be able to be in the studio with her and be in a position that, like, I'm going to teach J-Lo something, like, what? But I learned a lot from how she carries herself, very professional, very poised, and I admire her for being able to find a balance of work and her kids and the way she does. It's really, really, really impressive and very cool. I mean, I got to sing a little bit with her in the process that we were, I would be like, this is how it has to sound, and I did a little bit of background vocals for a few things for the second time I worked with her. But the song I recorded with her, the first one was ESCKAZ that she did with Roberto Carlos, which is the king in Brazil. He's sold out the arena where we're playing right now in Eurovision. This is how big Roberto Carlos is. So yeah, let me see. Sentindo a tua boca, eu te quero. Chegaste, sentindo a tua boca, eu te quero. Como doce com caramelo, necessitava amor sincero. Chegaste. There goes. Thank you. Thank you. Testing my memory today. It's been a while. That song's been a while. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please.
Jacob from photos.com. I'm very curious to know who is the guy you are defining girl for, and how did you react, or how does the lyrics came up to the song?
I mean, I do write songs usually from personal stories and stuff like that, and usually the muses of the stories don't get to know about it. I like to keep it that way. Because I write a song about a person, not for a person. There is a difference. And then when I'm writing a song for a person, it's a gift I'm giving them. And honestly, that's, for me, I think it's the best gift that I can give them. It's my art. It's like, this is for you. So it's very rare that I actually do that. So the person who inspired the situation doesn't know. I like to keep it that way.
And we will respect that.
Thank you very much. And I also I want people to make the story their own. I feel like if they associate it too much with things, like I want people to hear Funny Girl and relate to it because of their own story. Like, I wrote the song from a friend zone perspective, right? From a guy that was pining for, but we were just weren't on the same page about things. And some people heard the song and they were like, well, I thought the song was about being cheated on. I was like, what? No. But if that's what makes it their own, great. So Writing it, that song felt very natural. I think I didn't realize the depth of how I felt until I started writing and I started playing the piano. And the song really came to me in 30 minutes. It was a really quick process. And yeah, it felt good to put that out, and I felt like I understood myself better and I had more closure after it as well.
I talked about that with Christabel from Malta. She was here a while ago. And it's that thing, the song is not yours anymore. You sing it for the first time, and we steal it from you.
Exactly,
and
it's
for
the
me
world.
it's one thing, for him is another thing. So
That's the whole point, the purpose of being an artist and a songwriter. I tell the story, my story, and I hope that people can relate to it and make it their own. This is not about what happened to me. It's about that feeling, that situation, and then hoping that people who are going through that too, that we can bring them comfort and maybe open up their eyes a little bit to what's happening. So
that's why we call it art.
exactly. Artiste.
Next question, please. Yes, from you. Thank you very much.
Hello, this is Martijn van der Veen, Eurovision artist, the Netherlands. You recently released an EP called Precious Stones, and I was wondering if we can expect a new album from you.
Yes, well actually the Precious Stone is supposed to be the collection of EPs that I'm releasing. The first one is Ruby, which is very red, clearly.
Yes.
And because I write in so many different styles, I didn't want to just pick one, all within the pop genre, but you know, Funny Girl is more soulful than a lot of things that I've released before, and that's actually supposed to be a second chapter. The first chapter is Ruby, very pop driven, very up-tempo stuff, and it's already out. There's one more song left from Ruby that I'm releasing after Eurovision that I've been just waiting so long, it's driving me crazy. But yeah, there's a new single coming out soon called Bonjour. Okay, spoiler alert. And the second EP of the series will be Amber, which is actually a Baltic stone. It's a stone from Latvia. It'll be an homage to my Latvian roots, and we'll definitely have a more soulful side, like Funny Girl. So yeah.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Hello, Nara.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again.
You're studying a master's degree in music education. Are you trying to educate your friends and colleagues in America about the mysteries of the Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, definitely, it's fun to be able to talk about it, and then a lot of people that, like in the industry, people know about the Eurovision Song Contest in the US, of course. But, I mean, that's not why I got my master's. I hope that people can Google and YouTube things. It's very out there. But getting a master's degree was a very interesting experience. And I've always loved studying music and learning more about it. So when the master's opportunity came up, I was like, and I got a scholarship with Columbia at the time. And it wasn't in my plans. I was like, well, maybe I'll apply, let's see what happens. But when you get a scholarship, you can't say no, man. Thank you. I graduated last May. So, whew.
Done.
Yeah, done. I think I'll stop at masters for now.
About Eurovision, because I think, because I did some research, not many, just a little bit, but you saying that your first Eurovision, not memory, the first song that you knew it was from Eurovision was Lina's song, Satellite, but that is 2010.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was 8 years ago for me.
Did you do any research to listen to older songs?
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, there's been so many iconic artists in Eurovision, but I'm 23, so 2010 was 8 years ago for me. That's when I started my career. And, you know, that's when it was like, YouTube was still becoming a thing. But I remember seeing Satellite from Lina on the YouTube, and I wasn't quite aware. I was like, that's Eurovision. Oh, that's Eurovision. Okay, cool. Yes, that was one of my first memories. But I love also Love Injected from Aminata. That's one of my favorite entries. She's from Latvia as well. And there are many iconic artists that participated. I know.
About your song, the story of your song, and because we have to wrap this up. What do you hope the people who are listening to your song will feel? Because it's kind of sensual, but it's, I don't know, the story and the rhythm, and then the thing. You did it in the last, oh my God. What do you hope people will feel? How do you think that, oh my, I'm tired. How do you think they will react, they will connect to your song?
Well, I think the Funny Girl song is very introspective. So it's a girl that's telling this story, and she's been keeping the story for herself for too long, right? So now she's about to burst with the story. So I think that it's very reflective. I think I want people to pay attention to the lyrics. I really want the performance in Eurovision to be about the song and the story that's being told in it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm keeping it a little simpler. But I feel like a story that's well told and that's told in a genuine way can connect with people. So I'm going to tell the story the best way I can, thinking about what inspired me to write it, and I can only hope that people will feel that and connect on their side as well.
Thank you very much. Don't forget, you're in the second semifinal, right?
Second semifinal.
May 10. But
yes.
Before May 10, you can go to Euro Village.
Yeah, tonight.
7 p.m. because Laura Rizzotto will be there. Latvia!
Thank you, obrigada.